It's coming up over a freaking radio tower. I don't know, man. This was a moon bust. I don't even like the picture. There's no composition. I don't know how I am so far off on this. I live in a suburb. There's nothing cool to align with other than a water tower because nothing else is tall. I get it. It's kind of dumb. Every month I like to challenge myself to shoot the full moon with an interesting composition or some kind of an alignment. Some months are easier than others. Sometimes I have a plan, some months I don't see the moon because of clouds, and sometimes life is just too busy. To expand my moon shooting opportunities, I've also added shooting the little waxing crescent moon as it emerges from the new moon phase as it sets in the western sky. In July, I shot the 5% crescent moon setting behind my often photographed water tower. A couple nights later, I also attempted an alignment with the skyline of Minneapolis from 22 miles away in Afton. I've had this shot with the full moon on my target list for years. It just so happened the 10% waxing crescent moon was close to alignment on July 8th. My shooting spot is in the ditch of a pretty busy county road, so I did not try to vlog this moon mission. I didn't quite get the crescent moon setting through the skyline, but I like how the scene is compressed and the moon looks quite large. This will be a shot I continue to watch for, with either a crescent moon or a full moon. One of my favorite areas I like to explore, but don't get to nearly enough, is the driftless area of western Wisconsin. The landscape is made of long, sweeping valleys leading to the Mississippi River, surrounded by wooded bluffs. The valleys are filled with farm fields and trout streams, while deer and turkey wander the bluffs. My goal for July was to get a full moonrise looking down one of these valleys. The problem I ran into on this moon chase was I kept wanting to see what was around the next corner. Well, I next cornered myself right out of time. I ended up settling for a spot near Plum City, and here's what happened next. Welcome to another Explore Everyday video. We are on the July full moon chase. It's July 20th, and I am out in Bluffland, the driftless area of Wisconsin, one of my favorite places to go. I end up out here storm chasing every now and then, and in this exact spot, I actually shot the full moon last year or the year before, and I just kind of ended up here. Had some coordinates plugged into my GPS, changed them. There's no service out here, so I just ended up here. I don't know how I ended up in this exact same spot, but I'm going to keep moving, but I just want to give a quick intro. We are in the driftless area of Wisconsin looking for a great spot to shoot the full moon. We have very unique conditions out here today. The moon's going to be coming up over that way, and there's some clouds over there. These little pop-up storms or cells, they didn't even rain, kind of came up. So they're kind of littering the southeastern horizon, but if you see the one right over there, that brighter one, the moon should be coming up right underneath that. So that can make for a really interesting composition. So we have about an hour until moonrise. I got here nice and early. And you can just see there's just Great views, great valleys. I mean, it's like nowhere else in the country. I love it out here. So I get out here as often as I can. You got the bluffs, you got the Mississippi River. I don't know, not too far that way, maybe 20, 30 miles, kind of carving out this whole valley. So yeah, I have about an hour until moonrise. I'm up on a hill here, so hopefully I have some service. I'm going to plug in some coordinates I've been searching out on Google Maps and go check those out, and hopefully you have a spot for that full moonrise. So where have you heard this on a moon chase video before? I'm scrambling. My spot was okay, and I always think I can find something better. So now I'm just driving aimlessly through western Wisconsin in one of these coulees or valleys, looking for that southeast view. I don't know. It usually works out. I still have 40 minutes, 43, 42 minutes to be exact. So I'm not completely sunk. So I'm just going to keep driving, and now we got to hope we can find that shot. I mean, I can get a shot, but I want a shot showing the bluffs, the valleys, the fields, the barns. And that's tough when you're trying to shoot at 500 millimeter. So I'll probably shoot at a couple different focal lengths. I'm climbing right now out of a valley, so we'll see what it looks like on top. I'll touch base in a little bit to see if I can find a spot to get this full moon shot for July. All right, I totally botched this moon chase today. I basically am at a spot I have no choice to not shoot at this point for driving around for 2 hours. I could have shot this 20 minutes from home. I think the moon's gonna come up through a farm though. If the moon even comes up, it could be cloudy on the horizon. I can't tell, it's real hazy. We lost all our sun. We're on the verge of a full moon chase bust here based on the light. We got no sun tonight, no coolness in the valleys. So I'm just racing to set up here. I got a pretty good idea where that moon's gonna come up. I'm not feeling great about this though. I think we're within 5 minutes maybe of it coming up. And once again, I'm panicking, racing. Don't have the shot I was hoping for. I mean, if the moon hits this farm, it could be cool. But I don't know. I didn't have time. I'm close. We're 10 minutes after sunset for this full moonrise too, so you know how I feel about that from previous videos. It makes it a lot tougher. I mean, you still sense we're in a valley here. I actually like this shot because I'm getting the foreground hill. I'm getting the hill that you can see right here. Then you see some trees, and then you see the farm all the way in the distance. I think it's going to come up just on the right side of that farm. I don't have enough room here behind me to get the right shot. I can go this way and get set up out in the field a little bit. All right, we have this camera dialed in. I'm not even sure if I'm on that camera yet. I'm just gonna wait to see if I even see the moon before I start shooting that one. Let me get one more camera set up. All right, so yeah, we are past moonrise. It's 9:04, the moon rose at 9. So it could still be down behind a bluff somewhere, or it's behind clouds. I don't know. I'm near Plum City, Wisconsin. It looked like they're having their summer festival when I drove through downtown a few minutes ago. I could be setting up uselessly here. When you have these cloudy-ish nights, you just never know. Sometimes it can make the moon awesome. Sometimes it kills it. You just don't know how it's going to come out. I'm going to keep this one at a different angle here. This is my 70-200. So I'll shoot this one at 200, which will give me a little wider range. Same concept of the shot. Dial in my focus here. Oh my gosh, I don't have an SD card. Stealing one from the other camera. We got the moon. It's not even close to where I thought it would be. And it's already up. This is a mess. Oh my gosh. It's coming up over a freaking radio tower. I don't know, man. This was a moon bust. I don't even like the picture. There's no composition. I don't know how I am so far off on this. I can see the farm. Saturday, 7:20. I feel like Photo Pills is completely off on this. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's user error. Oh my gosh, what a mess. What a waste of a night driving around. Now I gotta try to drive home and not hit a deer. I've seen about 1,000 deer tonight. I think that mild winter really benefited the deer. I'm just gonna take a few more pictures. This is actually embarrassingly bad. There's no way I can put this on YouTube. Unbelievable. We're gonna see how good Lightroom AI is. I'm really cranking the ISO here. Man, what a bust of a chase. And I'm like an hour from home. Oh my gosh. This is worse than a busted storm chase. Really inexcusable. Nothing redeeming about this shot whatsoever. All right, I'm packing this up. I'm so over this picture. It's nothing. I could have shot this 5 minutes from home. Yeah, I guess photography doesn't always work out. I've had many moon chases where it works out last second. This one wasn't it. If this makes YouTube, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. All right, it's Sunday, July 21st, full moon, about 10 o'clock. You can see I'm in a parking lot. I have another alignment with my local water tower, the Woodbury Water Tower, out over That way. No. That way. You can't see it here, but here's my camera. 500 millimeter. Head alignment for the moon to come up through the water tower. I live in a suburb. There's nothing cool to align with other than a water tower because nothing else is tall. I get it. It's kind of dumb. The moon just came out. It was pretty well hidden by clouds up until about 2 minutes ago. You can see it there. I got a couple shots with it. No time lapse or anything. That's going to conclude the July full moon. I found some pictures, and what I'm going to start doing for my moon photography is trying to get the crescent moon, whether it's the waxing or the waning, when it's in that little 2, 3, 5, 7, 10%. It's really cool. Almost as cool as the full moon. So I have a few of those shots in this video as well from beginning of the month with a little crescent moon over downtown Minneapolis from like 22 miles away. So there's our moon. I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but that's going to wrap up the July buck full moon. I will see you in August as we try again to find different compositions to line the moon up with. See you then.